My first video on reviewing a product, and I am reviewing the Moto G that is sold from Best Buy for $99. It is a prepaid phone, so you'll find it with all the other prepaid phones that are hanging on a wall. You can see right there that it is the Moto G. It is with Verizon. And I'll try not to get the lights on it so you could see that. You can see that it has the easy open package with the scissors on the top right. It even says easy open back up top. I don't want you to see my face in the reflection, so here it is. Let's see if I can get you the... This opens up and it has more additional information on the whole product itself. So I am going to, bless you, son. Thank you for staying quiet during this video. I'm going to continue on. I'm going to actually open that up and get the phone out and show you what I do with it. Alright, so to take advantage of the time, what I did is I slit those two spots where it actually says, and I'm going to go ahead and try to peel it off. It's hard to do this with one hand. I'm going to ask my son to hold the camera just like this. Right up here, like that. Okay. And we're going to peel this out here. I'm like a little kid in a candy store. Can't wait to get the stuff out. So you could see that there is a Verizon guide, customer agreement. This is probably the one that's to save. So that's the one that matters, probably. The one that you probably want to keep. Okay, because it's from Motorola. All the other items I've pretty much cast aside. The purpose of this, the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm interested in the phone as a Wi-Fi device. I am not interested in the phone as a phone. I'm actually interested in using it as a tablet, as a small tablet for my children. And I like the idea of having one for $99. It's a very good price, and in the case of emergency, they can always dial 911 because it still does work for that, no matter what. Every phone does. It's required by law. So the important piece when we get to it is how this actually works and how it does not allow you to get past a certain spot, which is the activation with Verizon, and I'll show you how I did that as well. Somewhat of a hack, but I'm hoping that it helps people out. All right, give me just a minute. Let me pause this and get back to it after I've taken that phone out. I want to treat it with care. All right, so what I did is I've actually taken the packaging. You can see here I've taken this part out so I can get the phone underneath it out. Okay, and here is the Moto G. Now, I got this phone for my son, Adam. My other son already has one. You can almost see him in the reflection right there. And you can see that he's got his phone with him right there next to the scissors. Okay. So we're going to actually power this phone on and go step by step. Let me get this out of the way so the reflection is not there. And go step by step with what we did. Hate to see my reflection, so let's do it this way. So I'm just going to hold the power button. And while that's powering up, I'm going to show you the back of it. It's actually very smooth. You can see my hand imprints are on. I just washed my hands, so they're a little wet. See, there's a spot for your fingers, spot for the camera, and I'm going to wait till it boots up, and I'll come back to that. All right, so let's get back to this real quick. So the phone powered on, and you can see that the first thing that it actually tells you is, let me see if I can get that to focus on it. You see welcome, choose your language to begin. Obviously English, so I'm going to click start. Phone activation. If you click activate here, and I haven't removed the label for it because, again, this is a birthday gift for my son, Adam. So I'd rather that he removes it. So I apologize. Just bear with me with that label being on it. I know it's a little annoying. If you see, when you get to this screen, if you click activate, it will actually try to make a call to Verizon Wireless and will ask you to put it on speaker. So what I did is I did the drop down from up top, and it makes these buttons at the bottom show up, which means you can go to all applications, and you can see that the activation now as an application is now listed at the bottom. Phone activation. So I dismiss it. Now it tells me about your privacy. I've accepted and continued. And now it's going to check for updates for the phone. Okay. Checking for existing contacts. I clicked skip because it's not going to try to get it from Verizon. Do I have a Google account? I click yes, and I proceed to set up the entire phone. And once I set it up here, I'll actually get to it. I want you to see all the Wi-Fi networks in my neighborhood. Hold on. All right, so what I did is I added Wi-Fi, and now I'm using my other son's Moto G. I added the Wi-Fi, and I clicked next, and then it will ask you for your Gmail account. I added that, and it will go ahead and set up. Then you can automatically download everything. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off so we can get to the next part of this quick video. So once the Wi-Fi is set up, once you add your account, it will actually try to download all your apps from the Play Store, as if you had them. If you've had an Android device in the past. Otherwise, you can just go to the Play Store and the apps and start downloading some of the important apps that I think should be on every device. It will work on Wi-Fi. Now, the disadvantage is when you restart this, and I'll let this restart. Again, the label is not on this one because it is my son's. And I'll let it come up here. At one point, it will ask you for a Motorola account, similar to what Samsung does. The Motorola account, however, does allow you to use your Gmail account for that. And as you can see, as soon as I booted up my phone, it took me straight to the phone activation. Now, I may find a way around that with Tasker, which I install on all of my kids' devices for other reasons. But here, I basically go and do the same. You see the button didn't show up here immediately. So what I do is I click on Home, unlock it first. Then I go to that. Still didn't show up. And that's it. Sometimes it takes a while because the phone is still booting up. Okay, you'll see that it says voice and data is roaming. Still didn't show up. Still see it's updating the Google Play Store now. It's doing its thing. So every now and then, the activation should have been there by now. Maybe I just started the phone a little too quick, so I need to give it a minute. So I apologize for the wait. Let's just give it a sec. Basically, what I'm trying to do is get to the menu item so I can dismiss it. If it's not there, it's not there. So be it, right? But that's pretty much the point, is if it is there, you dismiss the app by swiping it to the side. It goes away. You move on. We're all happy. So I'm just going to turn off the screen real quick just to see what happens. It's not there. Awesome. I have had it show up a few times and I just dismiss it. But that's how you work around it. It's a minor nuisance, but it allows you to have a $99 mini tablet if you so are inclined, or a micro tablet, since this is a very small screen. I have big hands, so it probably minimizes it a great deal.